Some of the pleasures of a medical practice can be unexpected. I learned about that when I was a resident at Cleveland City Hospital in the chest disease service. My chief was Raymond McKay, who was an expert in tuberculosis, but he seemed to be more interested in providing information for a medical dictionary. So most of my experience, my learning came from Mike Perlich, who was a chief resident, but more like an assistant chief. There were only 3 of us as residents, so he had a small amount of duties, which he took very seriously. He taught us how to fluoroscope patients. He taught us how to give pneumothorax, how to give pneumoperitoneums, how to initiate them, and in general, how to take care of patients. He had spare time, and so did we. So he loved telling us stories, particularly about meeting his patients after they had been discharged from the hospital. He and his wife Toby often went out to dinner. He liked to tell me about the time he went to an Italian restaurant, ordered spaghetti, and the cook came rushing out saying, "Dr. Perlich, I didn't know you were here. Tell me what you want. I'll fix it up for you." And he would, and there was no charge. Or the time he went to a very small steakhouse. It was so small, it had 1 table, 1 cook, 1 server, and of course, only 1 person who owned the place. He too would come out and say, "Dr. Perlich, I know how you like your steak. I'll take good care of you." And there was never any charge. I thought that was such a wonderful position to be in, to get unexpected pleasure, unexpected gifts, and know that someone had appreciated me long after I'd taken care of them. I experienced that several times. Let me tell you the one that comes to mind. Mother and Dad visited us, and after supper I decided the 4 of us should go see the movie The Sound of Music. It was in town at a special theater that just showed single movies. I called and ordered 4 tickets. At the box office, I called for my tickets and paid for them, and the 4 of us stood in the waiting for the doors to open. And at a moment later, I noticed my patient coming out and to me. I didn't realize that he was a manager. I introduced him to family, and he said, "Doc, let me see your tickets." He glanced at them and said, "I'll get you better seats." He was back, handed me 4 tickets and some money. I realized he was paying for my tickets. What a great experience. Wonderful movie, and a gift from a patient whom I had seen sometime earlier. Such was the pleasure of practice.